Hi, we're here today with David Henry. He's an aerospace quality engineer and expert for over 40 years serving in the aerospace quality industry. First with Ford Aerospace.
Yes.
And then also with McDonnell Douglas.
Right.
And then finally with Boeing.
With Boeing, yeah.
And so grateful, David. Thank you for coming in today to talk to us about NetCap. And grateful to you because you really started ECG on this journey with aerospace quality systems, and maybe you could tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, my background has been all in space. It's all been space shuttle, space station, that type of work. But I feel it's important that you guys took the step out to do this and improve your quality system and to show your customers how concerned you are about them and the product that you want to produce for them. And you've passed the NetCap certification, you've activated into your shop, and it motivates your people and it motivates all your customers.
Thank you. And tell me, as you were evaluating your different suppliers, I imagine that's an enormous responsibility because you're getting parts and components probably from all over the world, and you're having to make sure that the quality is up to par because it's going on airplanes, space shuttles, rockets. Tell me about that responsibility.
Well, part of that is when they came out with NetCap, everybody had the same quality system, the base quality system to answer to. So it gave you a better feeling of what they were doing. You still have to do little separate things for certain customers, but other than that, it was a standard that was across the board worldwide. And it gave you a much better feeling, and it made your life a lot easier as a supplier and as a customer, and the people you were dealing with, that they had a common goal for their quality ratings.
Now, something Expert Coatings and Graphics has done is we've actually adopted and I believe it's Boeing, that I am quality standard, that quality starts with me. And can you tell me, how did you motivate people on your team to adopt that sort of same culture?
Well, one of the cultures that I always seemed to use was I gave them a view of where their product was going. So they knew the importance, what it was going to do when it got there. It wasn't just this piece made into 20 more pieces, which made a complete unit that provided a real service and an important part of the space shuttle or space station or the rocket or the satellites that we were putting up. It wasn't just a nut. It was hooked to a big assembly, and it was an important piece. And I think I always did that with my customers to explain it to the people on the floor. It wasn't just a nut. It was a very valuable part because in aerospace, once it leaves the ground, it can't come back and be fixed. So it has to be right when it leaves, and it was always very important.
Wonderful, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
David, one of the things that are very important to us as a company, Expert Coatings and Graphics, was trying to make a mark in the aerospace industry. We understand Expert Coatings and Graphics has a real niche market. We do finishing, not just for metal parts and components, which quite a few companies do, but we also do plastics and actually specialize in plastics. And so, tell me, as a quality engineer, that in your background, when you see these parts and components go up in the air, what that meant to you?
It's a complete unit. It's just not your component, but it makes the rest of that component, because it's an assembly and a sub-assembly. And what it is, if you don't do it properly, the next person's product will not fit within your product. So the quality of your workmanship, both in the pride that you put into it, is very important. It has a cosmetic purpose, but also a functional purpose, and which is just, one is as important to the other because it is a complete package and it surrounds the components within it.
You know, David, Expert Coatings and Graphics has over 30 years of experience. We've always focused really over the years primarily in the medical industry. And so aerospace is something brand new for us, very exciting. And I'm so grateful to you and how you really mentored us in the beginning of this journey. And now we're here, we've gotten our accreditation, and so we're so excited to be a part of this industry, the aerospace industry, a lot of pride involved with that, and grateful to you for that. And tell me, what is it like for you to see Expert Coatings and Graphics finally reaching this goal?
Well, you've worked at it very hard for a long time, and the important part is you activated it. You didn't just do it, you are doing it. And the medical industry is just as important, because we all know how much medical and electronics and all that does right now for everybody, their care, and what they have the power to do compared to what it was 30 years ago. So you play a very important part with that, and you're accustomed to dealing with the importance of what you're doing with.
David, thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you so much for the part that you've played in this journey. We're so proud as a company to be now stepping through the doors of aerospace and now being an NetCap certified supplier for chemical processing. And we have you to thank for that and getting us started in this journey. So thank you for that.
Well, what little I did, I appreciate that, but I think the aerospace industry will be greatly appreciate the work that you do and the quality that you do and the pride you take in your product.
Thank you, David.